Well, it's here, 25 degrees. Well, good morning, Glue Troopers. Max and Max's Models here, and yes, it is cold, 25 degrees. So, finally getting a taste of winter. I got a message from our channel friend Gavin over at Scale Model Apprentice about the Cavalier Mustangs and the Army chase planes, and I thought that'd be an interesting thing to talk about this morning. Probably almost everybody here has built models of the P-51 or F-51D model, and this is an opportunity to do something a little bit different. In 1978, my best friend and I drove from Quincy, Florida, all the way up to the Fort Rucker Museum in Dothan, Alabama, and went to the U.S. Army Aviation Museum. And sure enough, there was this green and white P-51D on display. It had just been sent to the museum. It turns out that in 1967, the Army acquired a surplus, actually they got off the civilian market, P-51D to work as a chase plane for the Cheyenne test program. And they liked it so much that they acquired two more. The Army enjoyed the Mustang so much as a chase plane that they decided to keep it for future programs. And they used them up until about 1977. The last one being sent to the museum in 1978. But they did a whole bunch of interesting stuff, and at one point, just prior to the retirement, one of them was lent to the United States Marine Corps to go out and be used as a, you ready for this? Recoilless rifle test platform. Yep, the Marines strapped the recoilless rifles onto the wingtips and went out at the test range and fired them, because Marines have got a Marine. And I thought that was really kind of a cool test program to be the last thing they used the airplane for before, I believe, two of them were sold off and one went to the museum. But this is something a lot of people don't know about the Mustang's history. It's actually the last legitimate military use of the airplane. Now, under the 1948 Key West Agreement, the Army cannot have tactical fixed-wing aircraft for combat. So if it has fixed wings and is designed to attack the enemy directly, then it belongs to the Air Force, Navy, or Marines. The Army, of course, has its attack helicopters. As a result, these Mustangs were stripped of all of their military hardware, armor plate, guns, things like that, including the gun sights. However, they did get other improvements, such as the wingtip fuel tanks and the taller tail. I believe that Mustang may still be in the Aviation Museum at Fort Rucker, although I don't know if it's on public display. A lot of the stuff they have at Fort Rucker is in storage, sometimes undergoing refurbishment. I just thought that was a really cool thing that the Army flew 3 Mustangs for 10 years, but in 1978 the Army traded the Mustang for a T-28 Trojan chase plane. I don't know how many they had or how long they had them. But that was just something I thought was really interesting, and if you've got a Mustang sitting on your shelf and can find the decals, it might be something different to do. I personally never cared for the olive drab and white paint scheme. It looked just that, olive drab. But if you're looking to do something different with your P-51D Mustang, there's an idea. Of course, you do have to do some modification work to it because it does have a different tail and it has the wingtip tanks. It's not just a matter of repainting the model airplane. Interesting side note, the Cavalier company actually had a Cavalier 2 where they put a Rolls-Royce Dart turboprop onto a Mustang. They tried to sell that to the Army as a chase plane, but they decided that was a little too complicated, more airplane than they needed. The Army also looked at the T-37 Tweet, but they just decided that the Mustang offered the best economy, it was the simplest, and had the highest mission rate. So there you go. Just your interesting little tidbit on some aviation history and an idea of something different to do with your model. Gavin, thanks for sending that. One quick correction from yesterday's video. I said that Oshima Mert was a 1 to 100 scale. It is 1 to 72nd scale. The 100 on the box is the price in yen, 100 yen. Okay, so I made a mistake. I'm not a machine. I've got the heater going in the Tarbis. It's going to take an hour or so for that to warm up where it is suitable for human occupation. You guys take care of yourselves. I'll talk to you later. And as always, model on.